just swore on live,
Whatever.
son. And you're worried about me.
It happens.
Yeah.
All right, we're back. If anybody even comes in, so
We're back.
we're gonna stay in the area where we have a cell phone signal. What is this? A funky rotary now?
So there's
Ed?
a little spot. Yeah, yeah. Oh, you haven't been down here, huh?
No, since
Yeah,
they
they
put
did
this
this
in.
little rotary a couple of years ago. It's, again, supposed to help. It's not terrible, but you know.
This wasn't super bad, but there was a lot of traffic backing up on the highway there from the.
Yeah. Well, I haven't heard of anybody zinging straight through this rotor yet. You know. So
We're back live.
Yep.
If anybody's there,
Danvers and Peabody. I've got a bit of a spot of precipitation right now. So it's probably, if it's lightly raining here, it's probably a little heavier there. Well, I will say, Bob, you've gotten 3 pretty big videos, that were live, which are now added to your collection. So that's good. You can't be accused of not doing content. All seriousness.
yeah, no,
No, you already got 2 likes, and I don't know who was doing that. So I don't know who just did that. So that's great. Let's get on the let's get on that chat. Don't forget to comment, anybody, even after the live is over. Keep rewatching these videos for Bobber.
All right, so we're gonna drive through. We're gonna kind of cross over where we came from, in the first place, and head back towards the beach.
Let's see. You can hear that pitter patter on the windshield and see the droplets starting to pick up a little. Oh yeah. There we go. You know, the beauty too is Bob will say this too. We don't have to water our lawn.
Not right now, but if it stops raining out like it did last summer,
And
we had droughts, like powdery soil.
we won't have to wash our cars. I had quite a bit of pollen accumulating. So you look at the good, you look at the bad. If you love weather, you're watching this video.
All right, we're definitely in some heavier rain now.
So we're getting back by Cabot Street.
We'll head back down along the beach.
There you go.
And see how it is now since we went by already. Like traffic here. There's never usually traffic here.
You good?
Pots.
Ooh. 5 likes. All right, somebody's watching this right now.
Are you in the right one?
This is the
Are we live right now?
yes.
Okay, sweet. Mine's not updating.
Who's ever liking it? I like you for liking me and liking this. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so definitely get some ponding in the road now,
Yeah.
in the low spots, because the rain's like 10 times heavier than when we came by before.
Splish splash.
Here we go. Yeah, baby.
That's what they're tuning in for. I felt that. I would like to be out on a boat on days like this just to experience it. I've never been out on a boat
Yeah, I'm
when
good.
the weather wasn't
You can take that off yourself.
wonderful. I really, I think it was once.
I don't like to be on a boat in a regular day.
Well, you know,
Oh,
tell
dude, I
ya,
get seasick so
there
bad.
was one time though. My older brother, who's not very, he doesn't like to read up on things ahead of time. He just goes with it. So he just assumed he'd buy a boat and then he's an official sea captain, right? So he took me out on his boat and we were riding around Gloucester, all around Cape Ann, and it got pretty hairy. It wasn't raining, but it was very choppy. It was very dark, and the wind's kicking up, and he didn't know where he was. I knew more about it just having seen a topographical map of Cape Ann. And then at one point he looked at me and he says, "Look, I don't know how we're going to get back to
Seriously?
where we launched off for." And funny enough, I was like, "Well, you better get us back because I need to get home and live."
So I went down to Georgia and we rented a pontoon boat on a lake,
Yep.
which was nice and calm, so it was fine. It didn't really bother me. It's not like the ocean. Like if it starts getting wavy a lot, I can feel it a little bit.
Yeah.
But when we kept moving, it was fine. We anchored in like a cove and ate lunch under the
There you go.
covering on the boat too.
Yep.
And this had like a GPS on it, but it retraced your steps. It showed you where to go back
Oh,
after.
nice.
So you just had to follow the lines back where you came
Well,
from.
I can tell you this, or anybody that's ever boating around Cape Ann, you're not going to get lost.
Well,
It's basically a giant circle.
it's funny. I purposefully drove in like a circle and tried to make like a smiley face on the
There you go.
GPS thing.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely like if you look at the horizon, it's a little more misty. Can't see straight through in the distance. Like I'm looking at the power plant, and that's really looks ominous, with the mist coming up.
Yeah, so you have the
power plant.
heavier bands, the darker clouds,
Mhm.
and then you have the more milky sky, which is the lighter stuff.
Right.
So, in like tornado chases, you don't want to see milky sky because that means it's like it's not powerful enough. It's dying out. It's cool. It's probably cooler air too.
When's the last recorded tornado that's ever been around?
Revere, the Revere one,
Interesting.
2015.
Okay.
I took the people through there, and one night when I went into Boston, I did that test chase.
Yep.
And I took them in. I took them through Revere, and it was an EF2 that went through the circle there.
Now I'm wondering if somebody must have gotten video of that.
Yeah, there's video on the tube.
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
It was rain wrapped though, so you see it looks like a pressure washer. All you see is like and just stuff going everywhere because it was rain wrapped. I was driving down the Linway when it happened, and my tornado alert went off on my phone because I looked at the sky and goes, that looks like a tornado sky, because I couldn't see a wall cloud or anything, but I could see the hail core. It makes this green hue in the sky. That's how I noticed it was there, and then like 30 seconds after I saw that, I got the alert. So yeah, we definitely have heavier rain this way. Up towards Cape Ann, it was not really doing a whole lot yet. Yeah, it's see on the Cape Ann, it's still like no precipitation.
Yeah.
But we have this area coming now. That's probably going to be like an hour.
Yeah. Currently nothing up by like Quincy, Brockton, Revere, Lynn, Salem. I mean, that's all, on the water, basically.
So the other piece of equipment I'm kind of sort of piecing together right now is I'm building like an anemometer mast for the Tundra. So basically, I'm going to use one of those like trailer hitch flagpole mounts, and I'm gonna put like a probably an aluminum pole in it and set screws in it so it can't fall out while we're driving. And then I found an anemometer that'll sit on top of it and mount with set screws. And then we'll put like a safety wire on it or something so it can't just like fly off. We'll put Loctite on it, all that baloney. But I'm gonna try to design that and get that going as soon as I can. So that way we'll have some. We can stop in areas and get wind readings, especially when we have a storm like this, which will be kind of cool.
It'd be kind of trippy too if you had a rear cam on the car just to get a different perspective.
Yeah, so like that's like when you get streaming equipment, you'll have to have like a streaming equipment where you can switch the cameras.
Right.
So that's like later
Well,
if we get monetized first.
If you think about it too, it's like
because they get thousands of dollars for stuff like that.
Yeah, I know. I mean, but once this channel blows up, and you're gonna be like, the guy that everybody knows.
Whoa,
the weather guy.
whoa.
Oh, you almost hit a person. That's why you slow down.
Yeah, that's
And
crosswalk light was on there.
I know it. She was in the right. She should have.
She stopped though. She was
She
smart.
did. I mean, she could have gotten hit, and that wouldn't have been good. But so what I was saying is, like, if we've got all frontal video. You see something really interesting, but we're driving, so we pass by it. It would be great to have that rear cam so you get another same perspective of that interesting thing you just saw.
Yeah, that's something that will come later. Definitely like be on the wish list, I guess.
Once you get the video editing, I mean, a third set of cameras. You got two hands. I got two hands.
Yeah, you get a GoPro.
Other stuff. I was thinking about that.
The GoPro, and just you can hold the GoPro and film out the window with that.
Yeah, chest cam, head cam.
All right, you got like a whole car length of space there. Can you pull up? Pull up. Pull up.
He's waiting for somebody in this place, I bet.
No,
I hope not.
They don't have their turn signal on, so I think they just fell asleep out playing with their phone.
Oh boy. I hate when that happens. When you fall asleep when you're driving. Oh.
Yeah, like I don't want to be like pushy, but like, come on. So how they have cameras on top of the lights now? Those are for vehicle detection. So they have like the technician makes like a imaginary box, and he puts like 1, 2, 3 of them, and then when the box gets broken, the plane of the box, the camera signals the control box to start the cycle. So they don't have to have the detectors in the road anymore, the magnetic detectors, because every time they pave the road, they have to redo that. So it's expensive to keep redoing it. So these work all the time. They don't need to have the road paved or not. So.
Very tame in Lynn right now.
Yeah, gonna have higher winds though. The precipitation might. So you can also hit like the wind map too. Should be a wind. No, there's no wind selection. You can go in here and change the selections though, and add the wind. Take one of those ones away, like and put the wind one in, like to maybe take temperature away, and then put wind in.
Okay.
You can see the darker blue colors with the stronger winds.
Oh, that's definitely out
In the water. Yeah. But you'll see they'll start rotating in though. So, but you can switch back and forth between the radar and that.
I'm playing it now, so it's.
So you can drop like the temperature one off there and add that one, because I think you can only put 4 of them on there. So on that particular one.
What is the temperature? Let's see. I don't think we've mentioned that so much.
So right now I'm just using a free radar app because I'm gonna try to get an iPad in the next few weeks, and then I'm gonna put either Radar Omega or Radar Scope on there. I'm kind of leaning towards Radar Omega because a lot of people have recommended that one. So I might just start off with that one, and I'm gonna put it specifically on the iPad for now. So, and then once I'm able to grow here, I'll get a second cell phone. And then if we have to get live stream equipment, we'll do that too. So, and then we'll be able to do a lot more and have more versatility. So,
well, if you can, anybody watching, if you're looking at the trees, you're seeing that not really going too much. We're in a
sheltered area.
Yeah, we're in the light blue area, so I mean it's less than 15, miles per hour. Not even that, I'd say, as far as the wind's going. But out to sea, it's definitely picked up 25 to 35.
We can go down here. There's a north-facing beach. It's a little bit more north-facing, northeast.
Yeah, some areas of ponding, it says.
Yep.
Let's check that.
Yep.
Let's see. Well, obviously, the coast of Lynn, ponding. Zoom in, see what we got. Yeah, Peabody, Danvers, a lot of ponding.
You got the precipitation fall map.
Not yet. Remember, we had the -1. Let me go back to.
No, I'm saying like so you can look at the areas that are getting a lot of rain, like flooding.
Well, that was the
yeah.
What I was just on.
Okay.
That was road weather I was looking at.
Oh, nice.
Okay. So that's where I'm
so getting
seeing
reports of it.
Oxford's really bad, apparently.
Yeah, it's got a lot of streams and stuff, so definitely would be an issue.
Danvers, Peabody, Boxford, there's a lot accumulating there. Let's go back to precipitation radar. It's coming through Providence and New Bedford, Barnstable, Nantucket.
So we can get pretty close right now. So.
Oh, there we go. That's nice.
So the tide is not high yet, obviously. It's getting there though. It's coming up. The stronger the wind gets, the more it'll push the water in too. So. Yeah, so it's not bad here. I think Lynn was like more interesting because the waves were
definitely.
The more east-northeast facing.
See, it seems like the thing about this is you have to spend hours in order to really. I mean, it could be luck on the draw that you're actually in the midst of a really heavy flow, but
yeah, you just got to kind of focus on an area though with this kind of storm. So, or staying along the coast is important. So, I'm gonna zip around over here because I think the bathroom's open over there.
Again?
Yeah, I drank a lot of water, dude.
That's it.
I gotta slow down though. Less water. Looks like it's open.
The door is ajar.
How can the door be ajar, man?
The door is ajar.
Are you good?
I'm good, man. I'm
All right,
starving.
I'll be right back. Yeah, grab your food. You have food in the back. I'll just leave it running. It's
10 minutes. You know, it's always lunchtime somewhere.
I'll be right back.
I'm gonna take my seatbelt off so I don't have to. Here. And the sweatband. I got the live stream myself. Bob must be like in bunches right now, hoping I don't say anything crazy. But I wouldn't do that. Don't want to get Bob in trouble. Where's my food? So, let's see. I wonder if anybody's actually paying attention and watching the stream. They're probably wondering what I actually look like. Well, I came in costume because I was going to make it that type of video. So let's see. I wonder if we can do a flippage. What's up, people? Ed Stewart here. Yeah, revealing myself. Bob didn't want me to do that. He said he didn't want anybody to know who I was and give away too much information. I'm not. But I'll tell you this, I was primed and ready to do storm chasing today with my buddy Bob. And I was kind of hoping we were going to see a little bit more than we did, but whatever. I'm not worried about it. There's always going to be a storm. There's always going to be something bigger. Hopefully, if things go well, I'll be on the videos a little bit more. Want to support Bob? Want to put a little different flair on things? That's fine. But you guys make a decision if you think it's too much. Like I was saying before, some people kind of like the casual driving around in the rain, a little more ASMR type things, and then there's keeping it a little more interesting, a little upbeat. So keep those comments coming if you can. Let us know what's going on. All right. Oh, Bob's coming on. Gotta get back. Talk to you later. Peace. All right. We got that crazy thing stuck in the. You can see the armature of the thing. Whew, it's hot. Anywho. Excuse me, I burped. I need my food, dude. Did you bring that? Where's that? Sorry, I was trying to get that out of the way.
oh, what is it?
The armature. You can see it like right up there. That,
Yeah, no, I just gotta get a new mount, dude. It's kind of silly.
Get them out.
Yeah, I tried to move it up further, but it doesn't angle good. So
It doesn't angle well, Bob. It doesn't angle well.
yeah, I wasn't an English major.
I know me fail English. That impossible. Ralph Wiggum.
All right, so Ed's gonna eat while we drive.
I gotta eat something, man. I'm sorry. I won't eat the whole thing. Because the journey is long.
The journey is long.
And I'm only going to make a small sandwich as opposed to a ginormous. But one of my favorite drinks is Cape Cod Dry. It's no sugar. Tastes like cranberries and happiness. Always buy Cape Cod, and it's like kind of New England. All right, going back.
Free advertising from Ed.
I know, huh? You know, all these companies. I've been. Everybody's got the benefit. I'm selling myself cheap here.
Oh,
I need that spoon or the knife. I didn't have any breakfast this morning.
what?
I didn't. I
I
had
feel
a,
like a kitchen over here.
hey, thank you. I had a handful of vitamins and a couple cups of coffee. Gotta keep that energy.
I got some Gatorade in there too, if you're interested.
Gatorade.
Gatorade Fit.
Oh, it's healthy for once.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right, you cool if I drive?
I'm cool, son. I'm gonna have to put my.
I'll go slow so you get it back on. All right, we're gonna drive back to the shore where we started because that's where the
Sure.
that's where the action really was. So, man, this is the thing about these storms too. Is like it looks like the sun wants to come out right now.
Maybe tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar.
It's supposed to warm up the end of the week though. Now, finally.
Good.
Not this week, like the end of next week.
Right.
It's going to start warming up slowly every day a little bit more. And I think it's going to be like in the 60s,
Well,
which is just better than it's been because I think last night it was like 45.
yeah,
So
it's a start, but you know, I mean, for this week, it's I don't care if the weather's actually terrible because I actually picked up a month's worth of overtime at the job, aside from today. But so when the weather's actually craptastic, I don't mind that I'm missing out. But I can tell you this: when it's nice and hot and sunny, and I'm working,
let's see if Ed knows why those flat panels are on top of the lights.
the flat panels. Well, I know I have to take a guess that they are maybe solar panels that are feeding the electricity to the lights.
Nope.
Maybe. Okay.
No.
So then, second of all, I know where the camera is because it's clearly up on a pole.
Yep.
Okay. Let me think.
Ooh, let's see.
There could be so many. There could be so many scenarios.
Oh, you want to give up?
No, let me take a bite of my sandwich and give myself some inspiration. So, is it? Well, I'm hoping it's pertaining to weather then. If you're asking. Okay.
It's a wind dampener.
Wind dampener.
It keeps the pole from flopping up and down in the wind.
No kidding.
It actually, it's like it almost like pushes down on it a little bit, so
Huh.
it keeps it like at one. It keeps it from flopping up and down so much.
No kidding. Now I learned something.
I actually I wanted to learn what the stuff was, so I found a YouTube channel. This guy down south that does traffic signals.
Yep.
And I watched his channel, and I learned all about how they program them and how he does all the stuff. You can use one of these areas too if you want.
Did you notice that there was 2 different types of cameras there, by the way?
Yeah, they have 2 different types of cameras because of what they want to do with it. Some of the intersections have the traffic camera and the camera for the light system and the surveillance camera for the intersection.
Yeah, it looked like surveillance. It had that kind of.
Yeah, typically the traffic camera one has this like J-pole. It's a little pod. It looks like a little pod hanging upside down. That's the one for the lights.
Right.
And then the surveillance cameras look like the big old school ones. All right, so we're coming back towards Marblehead, Mass, where we kind of came from in the first place. It's gonna drive, and it's gonna eat, and then when we stop again, I'll probably eat something.
That's fine. I brought enough for a second sandwich. This is a snack. This is mid-morning snack. Sometimes my eating schedule is all screwed up according to the job. So. I work with the elderly, so we eat dinner at like early bird special time, and then I'm like, man, I'm really hungry. Come 11 o'clock at night, I don't want to eat overnight, and just eating that late's really not healthy for you. So I'm starving throughout the night. Then when you wake up in the morning and you haven't had your breakfast, ooh. Welcome to Marblehead. We're back.
Yeah, so it's getting brighter over here a little bit. So
Getting brighter.
Yeah, you have little breaks in the bands, and the sun actually wants to try to peek through. Right over here, the sun's trying to peek through right now. So far, I don't think the storm is as strong as it was kind of made out to be yet. At least we haven't got into the deep low yet. So I think later on, it's going to be a lot later than I thought. So
that seems to be a trend in New England, doesn't it? They hype up a storm.
Yeah, see it's spinning a little bit further out. So.
See, what I think that is they hype up the weather because the milk and the bread people they are in league, and they're like, listen, we got to do something. We got to move this product. And the Wonder Bread people are like, I don't think we got to really advertise that. I think we're doing pretty good. And then the milk people are like, nah, man, we're sitting on barrels of this stuff. We got to push it. We got a limited time. Your Wonder Bread, we don't even know what that's made of. That's like insulation. With our milk, it's like, listen, you got maybe 14 days before this thing starts to turn to yogurt. We got to push it now. So then they say, how do we do it? Well, let's hype up a big storm, you know. And they're like, yeah, that's the way to do it. It's called, New Center 5. You know, let's get all those people on board. Next thing you know, everybody's panicking.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's if you live in an area that gets big snowstorms, you know what Ed's talking about is that everybody raids the grocery store and buys everything they can, and then there's nothing left. So I'm the type of person that knows that. So I'll go to the store while the storm is going on, and the shelves will be full again.
well, I'm the type of person who does it when the weather is good and there is no warning for a storm, because that's called prepping.
Yeah, if you just go to the store every week and get your normal stuff,
Right.
and then you just have a little extra.
Stop
good.
waiting until there's a crisis, to prepare for a crisis. Get out there while it's good. Bake your own bread.
All right.
All right.
So we're heading back into Swampscott, Mass,
Yes.
and we'll pull up at the fish house, and because I think we can get really close there, and we'll see how the surf is in the inner cove there.
Good. I had my snack. I feel rejuvenated. Let's take a look at the weather. Radar.
Radaring.
Radar. Let's see. Boston. That's funny. That not a heck of a lot happening in actual Boston.
Yeah, I think it's the storm's a little inland still. It's kind of sliding
but,
east a little bit. But
Nantucket's feeling it.
oh, they get hammered down there.
That's
It's
awesome. See, that's where I'd like to go and do something like this.
Yeah, the problem with Nantucket is you gotta get it on the ferry.
I know.
And bring in the truck of the ferry, and if they close the ferry, you have to already have been over there.
Right.
So that'd be like, and you're limited to chase just the island at that point. So that's why I would do it. I just go to the Cape.
Well,
if the Cape is a good spot in the weekend. So the challenge about chasing around here is if you're doing it during the week. Right now, there's traffic issues. Right now, there's no traffic because school's in. But as soon as school gets out, there's going to be huge traffic. So, and it could be like a 4 or 5 hour ride down the Cape on a Thursday or a Friday.
Yeah, because everybody's going down there.
Right. If you're already down there, if they're already down there on the weekend, and you chase them on a weekend, or there's going to be a big storm and they don't go down there, yeah, it's not that bad of a ride. So we can go down there sometime and check out the Cape when there's a bigger storm, because that will be really good, especially a winter nor'easter too.
Peapod comment that sweet. I found you. I've been struggling with a signal at work myself. Well, thank you, Peapod. We've been struggling a couple of times now. We've lost feed, but it seems like it's doing okay here. And
that's another reason why we came back this way, because there's plenty of cell towers here.
Yeah.
So we won't have an issue with signal.
I will say Cape Ann can be pretty crappy for reception sometimes. I was one of those who would be standing out on my deck on my tippy toes, lifting my cell phone up into the air, hoping to catch a signal sometimes, just because it's, whether it's Wi-Fi or you're on data.
Well, you have to switch back to T-Mobile, not a sponsor.
Don't promote T-Mobile. You always go to T-Mobile. Don't promote. Well, he's not promoting because we're not.
I'm not a sponsor. Not a sponsor.
Hey, we said that like twins. We are not twins.
All right, there. Negotiate turn.
Okay, Peapod said, I am AFK, but listening as Ling, as I have service.
Yeah, she's listening.
Okay, as long. I figured Ling is long, but what's it? Oh, AFK. That must be, I'm at work.
Yeah.
Or what's AFK?
She's not able to watch right now.
I got you.
So I already knew that ahead of
Still,
time.
thank you for commenting, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Wow, look at that pier. That's awesome. Everything is awesome.
Yeah, that's not. So it's really sheltered in this spot right here, and it's more southeast facing, I think.
Oh, look at all the boats.
Southwest.
Very nice.
So, but you go down there, and you can see the surf is significantly different. So that's where we're going to go back.
Oh yeah, you can see the white.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so the surface. We'll go back that way, and then when we come back along the shore, we'll pull over and we'll get out, and we'll walk up to the seawall because the tide's coming in. It's not high tide for a few hours, but we'll get closer, and I'm sure it'll be pretty high. You usually get a bunch of crud like we talked about earlier coming up on the beach. So
Now, if you see all the little lobster boats and little sailboats up there on the surf, and then I'll give you two facts. One's a real fact and one's a fake fact. Okay,
big fact.
you decide. So, one fact is South Dakota is the windiest state.
All right.
I'm not saying that's true. I'm throwing something out. And the other fact is where you see those boats at the end of the pier. That was actually footage used in the original pilot for Gilligan's Island.
Really?
So I want you guys to decide at one point which is the real fact and which is the fake fact. And I think you're going to be surprised.
Okay. Okay.
And it's all weather related. To keep Bob happy. You're good on the right. I just keep yelling out weather every so often, and that keeps the algorithm. And throw things out like chase, storm. But you say chase, and then you get the credit card commercials. You're like, oh, that's
No.
not what we were talking about.
Yeah. No thanks.
Oh, what's that little
That's a new-
dockside pub?
that's a
like
new
little
place.
Salty place. I like
It used
that.
to be a Vietnamese restaurant.
Did it really?
Yeah, yeah. My dad used to go there once in a while.
Little G Market and Deli. That looks cool. See, this whole area is great
Salty
for
dogwood.
weather.
Guy's tailoring.
What's that?
Guys, I know Guy. Guy's tailoring.
Oh, okay. I missed that one.
Yep.
Bridgewater.
Kel's inside of Popo's there. Popo's still there? Or it's just Kel's now?
Kills Cream.
It's just Kel's now. It used to be Popo's, the hot dogs and stuff. But nah.
Gooseberry smoothies. Wow.
Oyo's here
Everything's
still.
down here.
They got Minions, lots of Minions.
Everything's changed. Since.
That place burned down.
What's
that building that was there burned to the ground one
okay.
night. It was a pretty big fire. They wouldn't let them put the second floor back on either after they did it.
Now the weather down in Woonsocket, Rhode Island, is probably in the thick of precipitation and rain. My brother, shout out to my oldest brother, he lives down in
yeah, Captain Stubing.
Captain Stubing? He lives down in Woonsocket, so I wonder how he's getting hammered down there right now. Now, if you look on the left, you can see the whitecaps are really nice coming in. Can't beat Winshore Drive, baby.
Give you a little left view, guys. Then we'll flip you right back because that's
awesome. I should have done that.
That's fine.
I'm
yeah,
a bad co-pilot and videographer. You know, too bad we didn't have just like a little hinge system so you could easily turn it. So you're not taking your focus off the driving.
It's complicated.
I'm totally getting this more intricate than it should be.
They can put a remote control. We'll get the drone.
Oh, now that you say that, I was just gonna say you could get a remote control, little car, slap a camera on it. As we're driving, the porthole in the bottom of the car, open it up, and let that thing run, and then I'm telling you, do a bird's eye camera view with the drones. I got a drone at home.
Yeah, that's definitely
That's
surface
beautiful.
Way more than it was last time.
Oh yeah.
So at high tide, it's gonna be significantly but more violent of a tide.
It's gonna be right up there in the wall. Let's see the difference from down here, especially where the coastline is really huge, but the way that inland is defended by the coast during storms. It's concrete walls and it's probably reinforced, yes, but you know, they're not as grand. Whereas in Cape Ann, which was famous for its granite, because that whole area is, you dig down less than a foot through the soil and you're going to strike ledge and granite. They use a lot of that granite as breakwaters
Armor stone.
and reinforced um, barriers, you know, um, that span, you know, well over 10, 20 feet, from where the water would be at its highest, splashing up. So it's held up over a long period of time, you know, well over, what, a century.
Nice.
Yeah, whereas with this man-made concrete, it has to be maintained at some point.
All right, so we're heading down the causeway to Nahant, Massachusetts. So this is like inner harbor towards Boston. This is Lynn Harbor. But off in the distance in the mist and fog is Boston. So it's really sheltered over here, so the seas are not that rough.
All right, Peapod, you're great. You're putting a lot of stuff. It says AFK is away from keyboard. I don't know what that means. Again, Peapod, also talk to text does not understand me ever. I hear you on that one.
Yeah,
I sound like I'm having a stroke sometimes when I'm talking. People are like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I don't know." Peapod, again, I love to dance with the algorithm. Me too. Bob, not so much. But Bob's like, "Don't mess up the algorithm." I'm like, but it's rhythm. You feel it and you dance wherever it takes you. And Peapod again said, "Deploy RC Madness." I love it.
Yeah.
LOL. Thank you. You got my humor. I like that. Keep those coming.
I don't know if we can get in there right today.
Now we're heading down. This is into Nahant. Up on the left, you'll see after the parking, there's a restaurant, and we went through many names, but I worked there as a kid. It's now the Tides Restaurant, which is what the name of it was.
The gates are open, so we can go down there after.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that restaurant was quite the thing. Working at 11 years old till 1 in the morning bussing tables. That's how illegal. But it was the 80s. We didn't know better. So no 11-year-old should be making $300 a night in tips.
Mm-hmm.
But I was. And whether it's raining, whether it's poor weather, whether it's freezing, or whether it's the sun is shining and it's hot, driving through Nahant is awesome. Up on your left, you'll have Coast Guard Beach, which is really, you can't get in unless you have some type of military or Navy credentials. And it doesn't have to be you. You could have, like, say, my grandfather. It's awesome. Gotta air out the place for a second here. They got the child locks on?
Yeah. My son was playing with it. It's open. It's open now.
Let's get some fresh air and this.
I get the outside air on too, but it's not going fast enough.
Yeah. Something wrong with the atmosphere. Let's see. Somebody will get that joke later. The best part of like Nahant is really too is that there's no chain restaurants or chain stores. This is like it's
a little island.
Yeah, it's a beautiful hidden community. You know what I mean? Like it's amazing. It's funny that it's conjoined with by a lifeline to Lynn, but
yeah, so again, the police can just be at their house.
Yeah, I mean,
dispatch from their house.
I can't say all of Lynn was a total anyone, but no, there's some rough parts. Like any city, but in Nahant, I'm telling you, I've ridden all over here in a car.
Take Ed's word for it.
And in my bike. This is a great place.
It's a great place to go storm chasing
Well, yeah, I mean,
in a nor'easter.
the beauty is you could storm chase walking around this island right on the perimeter and get amazing shots of water.
Yeah. Country club.
Peapod gave me a laughy face with tears. That's good. I like to bring tears to people in a good way. I hope it's me.
Daffy tears.
But I think she also got that subtle joke about the atmosphere in here. So, anyways,
I did not create the atmosphere. I saw a tweet from Edgar O'Neill this morning. He's not going to chase in Dom 3 anymore. I think it's making him sick all the time. I haven't watched the last couple timber chases, though, because I've been chilling with Connor.
okay, well, here's another fact, which I'm not a fact checker, but apparently hottest in 125,000 years.
Yeah, but we don't have records that go back that
I know,
far, so that's my problem with that.
That's I have to say that too. That's kind of like, what do you swab and send to the lab to figure that one out?
Yeah.
Or is it math?
They do. Some of them claim drill coring and things like
Yeah.
That
Right.
I want to go down here and see.
Well, the color of this core
I don't-
right at the bottom is, the notes that it's been
Yeah.
cooking. I don't know.
I don't think I've been down here before.
I've never claimed to be any type of geologist or, meteorologist or any ologist for that matter.
Zoologist.
I have petted a few dogs and cats in my life, so I saw a monkey on Animal Planet. I think I'm qualified.
Resident sticker parking only. Okay. And the sign fell over, so.
I'm a humorologist.
Where does this go? I don't think I've been down this side.
You've never been down there, huh?
Not this side.
It will just take you around to a dead end. Well, actually, I think
We have to go this way, no?
you gotta take the right. Yeah, I did go down there just to see. Well, these again are pretty pricey houses. Even the ones that don't look like that, they're very big. But, all right, sticking with the weather and all things that happen. So it says that now this has more to do with the climate. The ocean absorbs most of the heat that we produce.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yep. Now here's one that I probably would have to say, yeah, I think that's possible. That CO2 is at its highest in 2 million years.
I don't know.
I think so too. Well, if you think about years ago, there was more vegetation than anything. So what's happening then is it's producing oxygen, right? Does that make sense? Unless you're saying there's so many dinosaurs letting one rip that it's causing off gassing.
I don't know
Right.
about that.
Think about it. All right. But see, now we're getting into climate change. I don't want to
Yeah,
do that.
no, it's not going to do that.
Stick to the
This
weather.
This is just a weather channel.
Stick to the facts. Rain, snow, sleet, ice.
Let's see here. Yeah, so we do have a lot of precipitation that's pretty consistent right now in this area. It's moderate though. It's not super heavy. It's just a lot of ponding in the roads. That's really it. The stop sign? Hope not.
It's definitely wet.
All right, we got a little cove area. I know this area a little bit. So it's not like the surf's not super bad over here.
Well, you know what seems pretty heavy right now is we're going up through Mansfield, Southbridge, Worcester, and Holden, and a little bit into Framingham, where my work main office is. That is pretty heavy with the precipitation, and that's more western Mass. But that kind of whoa, I gotcha.
Have you ever been to Kelly Greens down here? It's like it's the golf course, but there's like a little pub there.
Is that also where the someone we used to a workmate we used to work with got married?
Maybe.
Was that the function hall?
Yeah, there's a little function
Yeah.
hall, a little tiny one.
I'm pretty sure. Was it?
Maybe,
Is that,
yeah.
yeah.
That's a huge. That's a little bigger function hall.
That was nice.
Yeah, that one's I've been to a few times for weddings.
I do believe I grew up with the brother of the chief. Good. I grew up with the brother of the chief of police of this town. Chief of police.
All right.
Shout out to Tim. Anyways, nice stone house there. I like that. The garage.
Is it a garage?
So cool.
It's a garage.
Yeah, it's a garage, but you know what? I see so much more.
Probably used to be a house.
Well, it's got the double doors, so it's probably a horse barn.
Yeah, see the golf course is right here.
Right.
If you look across, it's over there. The place is over there.
Okay.
And there's another function hall next to that.
Yep.
Too, and that may be what you're talking about.
I think that's what I'm talking about. Traffic and weather in 2 minutes. Hey, we finally got splashed. Enzo's garage.
All right, so I'm gonna head back towards the park there where the ocean is, and I think we can get in there because I think it's open.
Right.
So we can get down near the DCR park.
Can't imagine they'd be charging to get in on a day like today.
No, I don't think they were because the gates were open. But we can check.
Keep in mind, you ever driving around here again? It's Port Bunny right over there.
That's the baseball.
Listen, you can't be too safe sometimes when you're on the road. Taco Tuesday, I want to make sure. But to keep with the ocean theme, it's fish tacos. How's that?
Shrimp tacos.
Passing back by Coast Guard Beach on the right now. You know what I think would be superb for storm chasing also is having a, more of like an adventure van, like one of those sprinters. You could set up more equipment inside. Tell you that. Sorry, we're having another environmental disaster in the
seriously
inner place of this compartment. Oh, so I'm just gonna air that. I'm airing my grievances out with you, Bob. So, anyways,
all right.
Now we're on the. This never used to be enclosed when I was a kid. Because everybody went to the beach, never had to pay for it. But the bike trail here, I wonder if that's been. It looks like it was repaved.
They did it. They did it over awesome. About 10 years ago.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
My parents used to walk this.
They did the whole causeway over.
Yeah, yeah.
They rebuilt it all.
Well, I know they did the lighting and everything.
Here comes the surfers.
Yeah. Hang 10, Melon. Oh, all right.
Dude.
Righteous.
They got a Paris surfer out there.
You're gonna get that imagery.
Yeah, we'll get that.
Amazing.
We might actually get out here.
This section on my right here with the little fencing and all the overbrush, it looks like that scene from Jaws, when Roy Schreider and the other police officers discovered the first victim. I think that's why I was always so partial. And if we're gonna get out, I gotta get my weather gear on.
We might get out, so we're gonna get out, and then I'll take the stream with us.
All right. Give us time.
Give us a second. We're gonna get our stuff on. 'Cause it's pouring.
It's not.
I got my.
Remind me, I got my glasses in here. Take a swig of my Cape Cod. Hope my goggles on.
You're seriously gonna wear those?
I have no qualms about it, my friend. Listen, man, I brought my all-weather gear per your suggestion. I wasn't going to do that. I don't think I'm going to put my. I'm not going to put my rubber pants on just because that would be.
I'm not gonna walk on the beach. We're just gonna go to the end.
I don't want to walk on the beach. If I do,
Unless the sand's not like soft. If the
Well,
sand's soft, I guess.
I wore my crappy shoes today because I figured if they're going to get wet, I'm going to do it right.
All right, I'm gonna take you guys for a walk. If my hat doesn't get stuck to the thing again.
I'm not going to take my phone. I'm going to keep it in here so it doesn't get wet. Okay.
We're going mobile, guys.
Let me zip up. A lot of people don't know about these all-weather gear things. Is they are hot. After a while, you start to sweat.
Alright, it's pretty windy out here, so we're gonna need a dead cat pretty soon. I don't have a dead cat yet, so. The wind's picking up. It's probably like 20 knots, gusting to like 30. Look at this goon.
Alright, friends. This is what a real explorer does. Okay? Got my Gilligan's Island hat on.
Alright, Gilligan, let's go.
And dry from the top up. As far as the pants go, I didn't have time.
Oh shit. Yeah, it's windy over here. Here we go. So, I'm gonna walk right on the mat. Right over here. Pretty windy. It's gusting like 40 now.
Nothing will stop me. Nothing.
Right. Get wet. Very wet. Holy crap.
It's actually very cold right now. Anything exposed, my hands.
Yeah, it's actually really cold.
It's really cold.
Holy shit. See, you got the parasaurs out there.
I can't believe there's no lifeguards on towers right now. I mean, what are my taxes paying for?
This is called Long Beach.
Oh, wow.
Wow, it's really bad, dude.
No,
Yeah,
it's awesome.
this is really picked up from earlier significantly. So
awesome.
we have a lot of wind here. I'm sure you guys can hear it.
Let them see the waves. Yeah, I bet the wind is really overthrowing the sound. That's
Yeah.
why I'm yelling.
I can't keep my hood on.
That's all right, don't bother. Oh my God.
I'm cold, dude. I should have put my gloves on.
Wow.
That's really bad. Woo!
Right. What would you say the weather feels like right now against the skin?
It probably feels like it's in the 30s.
Yeah, it feels, I was saying 34 to 32, and I know that sounds crazy, but my knuckles are aching right now. That's how cold it is.
Well, that dude just flew up in the air like 10 feet. Holy crap.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really cold out here.
And you know what?
Getting wet.
It's wet, it's raining. It's amazing because you're looking in the distance to Lynn, and again, it's got that misty surreal look to it.
Yeah, so it's really picking up here, guys. Yeah, I'm not gonna last long out here. Dude.
Yeah. Stay on any longer.
Kind of
pants
wimpy
are gonna be
today.
soaking wet.
It's really blowing hard. Like I gotta probably put some more gear on. I think I got gloves in my truck. All right, we're walking back to the tundra.
We're walking.
And I'm sheltering the microphone because the wind is really strong. It's like a horse was walking out here.
No.
It's just someone's.
It's just somebody heavy.
Whoa. Oh yeah, we're getting blown a little bit here. Go ahead. Alright, the iPhone's getting soaked. Definitely gusts over 30 now.
This guy's got the right idea. He's got
Yeah, they got the setup. All the parasails are getting out here.
Toyota.
Sweet. Yeah, they're all ready to go. They're nice and warm. They got their wetsuits on. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna have to wipe this off. Yeah, like. All right, put you back for a minute here, guys. I'm gonna.
Ugh.
I'm all wet. Hold on, I'll be right there.
Ugh. Cripe. Woo! Yeah, we ain't lying. That is cold.
Woo!
That is.
Yeah, dude, I'm only out there for a few
Yeah.
minutes.
You're not gonna get redressed to go back out, are you?
Not right now.
All right.
I'm gonna hang this up.
Okay, I'm gonna hang mine up too.
There's a hanger over there if you want to use it.
All right. Let me just get this off. This. Wow.
Oh, damn it. I'm losing it here. I'm losing it.
See, this is one of the things you didn't come prepared for.
There should be another hanger on the seat, dude, if you want to use it.
I don't know. I can't see squat.
It's under your other jacket, I think.
Is it?
It should be there.
There it
Yeah,
is.
there you go. All right, I'm gonna wipe the phone off here because it's all wet. So I gotta get a napkin out, and my glasses are soaked. That was fun.
That was interesting.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I'm freezing, but it was fun.
Hopefully, somebody could hear something.
All right, we're gonna
I
clean
know
your
all that
lenses
wind-
here, guys.
I know all that wind really will dampen the sound.
I'm sure Peapod threw something in there. I think she said thanks for taking us to the beach.
Oh, nice.
Freaking the tundra.
Peapod, I beg you.
Oh, she saw the tundra. She loves it.
I beg you. Can you bring us some towels?
Yeah, all the way from the great state of Maine.
Oh, you're up
Peapod's
in
gonna
Maine,
come down.
Peapod?
Yeah.
I love Maine. I have a family cabin up in New Vineyard. That place
Yeah.
is awesome.
I told her before I used to have a place in Limerick. She's not from Maine though.
Oh, all right. Well, that's okay.
I think she's from Florida, I think.
Wow, you went from Florida to Maine. Well,
I think, yeah, she was down south.
all
All right.
yeah, I'm gonna need some
Warmth.
there.
All right, starting to warm up. My
Oh,
pants are
Lord.
soaked.
That was different.
Oh, yeah, so the conditions here are definitely deteriorated big
Yeah.
time.
That was cool, man. Can you imagine being increase in my area? That little short of time, and I know I sound like.
disconnected. Hopefully, see it get reconnected here to my.
Oh, I thought you meant the camera.
No, the hotspot here. This is what I should. Wonder if I get eventually just get a hotspot in the car, like a MiFi,
Hopefully.
like a T-Mobile MiFi.
So, Peapod, you married a Mainer, y'all?
Yep.
can't get there from here, down the road.
Oh, did I send you like I was watching? I found like Bell's Farm on my algorithm. It's up in Maine, up in Lewiston. Like that's where they're based in Lewiston. And so there's this woman and her husband and their family. They do all the potatoes for like Market Basket and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Like during the
Well,
potato season.
Lewiston was mentioned in the book Pet Cemetery.
Yeah, I can't reconnect it right now.
All right. Well, we still got the live going, so that's all good. Besides, we're not driving anywhere at the moment.
Yeah.
I
think I don't know if I want to go back down to the other spot,
which
like
one?
down the end here,
Yeah.
because we might be able to get a little bit better view.
Yeah.
Can you see over there?
I know what
See
you're
if
talking
anything coming?
Let's see. No, nobody's coming.
Because we get a lot of fog here.
You know why?
If you aim that towards the window,
Nobody's extreme like we are to be out in this suck weather.
except for these guys.
Except for these guys who are
Just
me
extreme
in any
anyways.
shape or form of being
Yeah.
extreme and righteous.
Yeah.
You know, they got the full body suits going there. They're nice and warm. Whew. You know, like I was saying, it was so cold that my knuckles ain't working, and how do I already have pruny hands? Oh my God, I got pruny hands like a wee baby.
Oh boy. Yeah, the wind's
Peapod
definitely
says
doing
perfect impersonation.
Yeah, that was good.
I like that. Thank you, Peapod. Yeah, I often have thought about, you know, how it would be to retire up in my cabin in Maine, but I have.
That sounds really lonely.
It is. Yeah, Bob don't think so. Well, you know, if you can endure and this will go back to weather.
I don't mind like going away from people at night. I need to be near humans during the day.
Who needs humans when you get all the voices in my head?
Really,
to keep you company. Dude, let me tell you something. As long as you can get past, again, this goes towards weather, the 7 feet on average of snow that, you know, is always there in Maine during the winters, and maybe having to work 2.5 jobs in order to, you know, maintain any type of good.
You can open the window. Hold it out.
I'm opening the window. You can, it's wet.
You hold it out as we go along.
I'm holding.
Just don't hit that button on the top.
I'm not hitting it.
Because it'll shut off the camera.
Just drive, Henry. Just drive. Let me do the talking. Yeah, that is something. But once you get past the sand dunes,
It's windy.
see those little fences right there, man. That's so cool. Just because it gives that New England beach look.
It's the piping plovers.
Yes, and the piping plovers are piping hot and ploving around. And you got some flowers growing in those areas.
Yeah, there's those wild
nice.
like roses, like.
Now, when I was a kid, all that was so overgrown that they had tunnels that you could basically walk through, you know, as a small kid. Stretch all the way up the coast. Yeah, that is.
Yeah, the wind picked up big
Hey,
time.
it's me. It's me. Man, that's cool. All right, I'm getting
Yeah,
soaked
it's
there,
fine.
son. I'm gonna put that back up. I'm gonna go forward. Wow. Yeah.
Put you guys back on the windshield, man.
And just get you down here. It's two
Oh, yeah,
porta potties.
There's the bathhouse too. So
I'd probably steer clear of the bathhouse.
it's
down
actually not bad.
there. It's not for the filth factor.
I used to go in there to, like when I'm running.
The old ones. Remember the old
They
one?
redid that
Yeah.
one a little bit, but that one down there's newer.
The only reason I'm saying it is because you know, you might have somebody in there doing something you don't want to see, or you know, they might have bad intentions. So
Yeah,
things like that, I wouldn't be here on a day like today where there are hardly any people.
they've been better for patrol in the area
And
though, too.
when it's not
So
openly public, you know, that you're going to have hundreds of people going in and out of there.
yeah, there's a lot of people that go in now.
Yeah,
So
you just don't want to go when you're alone. But that's me, Bob. If you want to go in the bathhouse, we'll pull over right now. You can go in there, and I'll just sit and talk to the camera. It's all right. Ooh, that looks nice. All right, I'm gonna open it up again. Let's see, that's a nice little vision right there. Let me get that. See if I can capture the moment. There's me in the camera. Sorry.
yeah, go over the
Yep, here we go. Going over
you go.
there. Get that nice little pathway. You can obviously hear the
Ocean
Sound.
roaring.
close. And no dogs on the beach. It's terrible. But you know what they do? Get a bad owner. Even their little dog presence everywhere.
Increases the bacteria content in the water.
Cold, wet.
All right.
Now my glasses.
I'm gonna go back to over here to the spot where we started earlier, and we'll give you guys a view for a few minutes.
Say, hey, comment. You guys crack me up. Thank you. Thank you so much. I smell a compilation, a duo, so to speak. It's like Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson. I don't want to be Michael Jackson because he's not with us anymore. It'll be Paul McCartney. I met the Queen. I'm a musician. I have another guy in the band. He wrote a song about an octopus under the sea. Here we are back at.
I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of view there.
And can you see out in the distance, Egg Rock? It's kind of hard to see, but
Yeah, you can see it now.
yeah, it's not quite centered in the camera now. Yeah, you just went to the right of it. That's
Yeah,
not
I
Egg Rock.
It's
Egg
there.
Rock
It's
is
still there. It's right there.
right there. Okay. Egg Rock is kind of.
So Nahant is where we just came from, that island out there.
God.
Oh, you put that on my thing.
Yeah, well. To take a lactose or something, son. Oh my God.
What the hell?
It's not got unusually warm in here.
I'm gonna eat something while Ed's over
Yeah,
here
Bob, that's exactly what you need to do right now. Eat
polluting
more.
the air.
Now here comes two guys in one of those cool little
Yeah,
four-wheelers.
it's the DCR dudes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a side by side. That's pretty cool.
All right. If I can put some more food down, I gotta take this off though. You're not driving, so I'm taking the seatbelt off. That is just too much right now. All right. Well, another well-deserved lunch. I'll tell you that. And there they go.
Ed's
There
ate
goes the
twice
guys.
now.
Yeah. He's looking at me like, what are those two up to? Don't give me the look. What are you two up to? You guys look more notorious than I do.
That thing's sweet. Kubota, it's a diesel.
Yeah, I know. I'd love to have something like that.
Okay, we're having our lunch, guys.
And you know what? I'm so cultured. I even brought napkins. Here you go, Bob.
I got napkins in there.
Oh, okay. I guess you thought of everything.
Okay, man.
All right. Like and subscribe. Bob's channel.
My portable refrigerator.
You know, if you had a Sprinter van, you could put.
Whoa, that's over full, huh?
Was it frozen?
No, it's just full.
Look at the way it's spinning. It's going clockwise.
A vortex. Like a twister, man.
It's a twister, Annie. Yeah. So I know we've got somebody from Maine. Where's everybody else that's
Where's the rest of the two people?
Well, hey, you laugh. Well, like I said, they can still answer questions on reviewing the video later. Okay. Let's see what people are from. You know. Mass. Not everybody's from Mass. We've proven that. People at another place up in Maine that I like to go is Sugarloaf ski area. Obviously, I used to mountain bike up there. It's obviously a lot skinnier and healthier then, but that was my spot. And then you go up to Rangeley, Maine, which is another incredible place. Visit places like Smalls Falls. There's a lot of weather stations up there. See, I mentioned weather, Bob. There are weather stations up in those parts of the mountains. I actually now probably would take more of an interest in going to visit them.
We should do Mount Washington again.
I was just going to say, Mount Washington has its weather station, which is pretty immense. How cool would that be?
Yeah. Me and
I'd take a ride up there.
Junior did it last year.
I got some time coming up in August. We could do another long vid.
We can check because like August is it starts snowing up there in August.
Does it really?
Yeah, because it
That's awesome.
snowed. We went up in June last year, the last week of June, and it snowed 2 weeks after that.
Okay. It's incredible how cold it is up there in mid-July.
Raleigh is extremely tough.
So Raleigh's next door. Okay. It's extra close to where I can. Okay. I haven't been there.
Yeah,
Cute little fact that.
the spelling. She's
Yeah, I
trying
can
to.
tell it's a talking text. Don't worry. Don't worry about that.
So, just for effect, the tundra's getting blown around right now. It's moving.
If you can hear the wind hitting the windows.
Message retracted.
If you can see the waves, those look beautiful. I would like to. Well, I got many things on a bucket list, but I think one of them too is doing like a little amateur photography just to see how it is. And I'd like to be out on a day like this, just trying to catch shots like that, see how good my eye is. And I don't mean on like.
Rangeley's very close to where she.
Oh yeah, Rangeley's great. Wow, you're deep up there though, huh? Because that's like, so to get to New Vineyard, it's about, if you're steady driving without getting off at any stops, and you're going at a decent pace, it's 4 hours. I think Rangeley is like 4 hours 45 minutes, maybe sometimes even longer. It all depends. But
I went to Lubec and it took us like 6 hours from down here.
the only thing that tightened up that ride was that now they got the speed pass. Okay. So Peapod says, I'm also loving the mukbang and the ASMR. I agree. Thank you. Now, see, that's a combination right there. Now, Bob, you know what mukbang is? Mukbang? Okay, it's what you're doing right now. You're filling your face with food. We're talking. Generally, mukbang is like some person of maybe gluttony. I don't know, but the whole table's filled with giant food, like crab's legs, and they're cracking shells.
Yeah.
They're cracking lobster shells with their teeth. And there's this one guy. I think he's a TikToker too, but he's funny. He's a very heavy set guy, Asian descent, and he just laughs while he eats, and it's so scary. He's like, and he's just chewing on crab legs and shrimp and just all this stuff, and it's so sinful because it's like nobody has that much food. And you're wondering, is this transmitting to somewhere in a third world country where some poor person is like, I wish I had some of that food, especially the stuff that dropped, because he's not eating it. So, anyways, and ASMR is really good because that's like anything. If you, I'll go back to weather. If you do like me, I in order to relax, I just do YouTube videos of like weather, rain falling, maybe with a little instrumental behind it. Helps me fall asleep, helps me relax. I'm all about it. In my old line of work, I used to promote that for the kids, who didn't know how to settle at night. I mean, they're going to have their phones in their hand anyways. I said, why don't you just put on YouTube and play some really soft music?
Put eating sounds in the title.
Oh, let me, eating sounds. Hold on. If I had long fingernails, I'd tap the camera like those ASMR ladies do. But hold on. Maybe you can hear this. Nom, nom, nom. Nom, nom, nom.
Oh, boy.
Nom, nom. I kind of feel like Scooby and Shaggy,
Seriously?
Peapod says, you put eating sounds in the title and you might grow a whole new crowd. I agree. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to start doing my own channels. But like you say, it's not going to be just one thing. It's going to be a mishmash of stuff because I like more than one thing. So I think you hit a broader audience. Well, we lost the weather radar. Well,
You got out of the car.
I'm no meteorologist, but I would say I bet it's raining everywhere.
It's not a big deal because we're not chasing a tornado,
No.
so we know the rain's coming.
It's raining men. Hallelujah.
Let me wipe the window for you there. There we go.
Wow, I'm surprised that we haven't lost connection either.
Well, because we're in an area with a cell phone tower.
Peapod says yes. LOL. 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 Hmm. Now during the time of COVID, that sounds like a movie they'll eventually make, like in a time of cholera, but it's in a time of COVID. There wasn't much to do because they obviously shut down everything, which I don't want to get into why. I think it was ridiculous. But anyways, one of the free things that we would do is one of the beaches in Gloucester, public beach that you didn't have to have tags to get onto the parking lot, is after the storms, we go get beach glass because out in that area, and I hate to say it like this, but there's so much beach glass because the, the fishermen, it's rumored that they do a lot of drinking when they're out to sea, and they take those bottles and they just throw them overboard. So there's a lot of green Heineken bottles that end up in the ocean, and
Or it's just people drinking on the beach.
people. Well, that's the thing. The thing is, if they're drinking on the beach, it would be jagged shards. These are
Well.
weathered, saltwater weathered sea glass. So we were picking up pounds of it for a
Wow.
while there. So that's anybody's looking for stuff to do, always keep that stuff in mind.
I found like bricks, like pieces of brick that were nice and smooth.
There's another thing I found. Yeah.
Pretty cool.
But
So this beach is pretty flat here. It's really like when the tide goes out, it's not that deep. Even when it comes in, it's not that deep. But the tide comes up and the water will come up on this parking lot.
you can kind of see it. See where the I don't know if the camera's picking it up. Yes, it is the camera. See where the grass is right in front of us.
Yeah.
You can see that strip of sand. That's obviously the tide got so high up that it pushed a lot of that sand up into the sidewalk.
That's wind. That's
to the
wind
right
doing that.
To the right of me, I'm looking right now. A lot of that sand got into this little playground and mixed with the playground sand. So there's two different coats of sand. That tells you that.
Yeah, see those little veins of it? That's the wind doing that. It's blowing it on top.
Yeah.
It gets wet and it sticks.
Right.
So
I mean, you can see on the beach right now where the line is of
it washes it
seaweed.
out over here all the time too. But we haven't had any really big storms. So it's been pretty good over here, but this might get all washed out tonight.
Yeah. Telling you, not like a good meal. I should appreciate that. I'm not just eating because I'm bored. Am I eating because I'm bored? No, I'm eating because I'm literally
I
starving.
wish I could get it on film because I can't.
What?
But you can see out the rocks off of Marblehead. You can see the waves hitting, and they're pretty big.
Okay.
They're smashing. You can see the white caps.
Yeah, I see them.
And they're hitting. They're probably hitting like 10, 20 feet.
There's a moment of silence just because I'm chewing. Anybody who knows me knows I don't really shut up.
We can head back to Marblehead after and go back to Devereaux because it'll be really close.
All right. Before we go, just a couple other things. So, here's some freaky facts, which I think is cool,
Oh.
about the weather. Did you know that you can tell the temperature by counting a cricket's chirps? Like Did not know that. So I would imagine
Heat bugs.
the,
Up in
well,
Maine.
the heat bugs. You know that that's the coolest thing in my opinion. I love that sound. You always knew it was hot.
Yeah.
And why did they make that sound? Heat bugs. This one I know.
I don't know this one.
The flapping of their wings, they do it to cool themselves off. The
Oh.
hotter it becomes, they
The
they,
longer
they
they do
can and they can flap those wings at such a rate that it actually cools down their body.
Sweet.
I could be BSing at that point, but it sounds so realistic that I'm gonna go with it.
Almost backed by Ed.
Listen, it's the way you tell something with confidence and being direct, and people go, wow, the moon really is made out of cheese, and I'm like, it is,
Cheddar cheese.
and it's not that terrible cheese where it's mostly processed cheese food with oil. This is 100% milk cheese
No,
on the
cheese.
moon.
Not government cheese.
Government cheese makes the best grilled cheese. Well, it's good. I still have most of the chicken salad left. I made 2 sandwiches out of it. And what did you eat? I'm just contemplating the atmospheric change again. So,
I just had a sandwich.
yeah, what was it?
Sliced chicken.
Sliced chicken. Okay,
Yeah.
that's not. There's no spices in it, right?
Applegate Farms, whatever it
No
is.
spices in it, right?
No spices.
Okay, good.
Just mustard.
Oh, damn it.
Dijon mustard.
So, and I should be expecting mustard, yes.
No.
That's all.
Really? No.
Yes,
boy.
really.
It's all gone downhill.
No.
It's after dark all day
No,
on this
I
channel.
I think we hit a new realm in your pursuit of internet fame. Okay.
Yes, we have 2 fans. Don't put it on top of that because we're blocking the core.
Hey, can you reach that? My short, stubby arms.
Yes, behind you. All right, we're gonna go towards
Yeah.
Marblehead. We have the Kubota guys coming over.
Oh
here.
yeah. He's like, oh, those 2 criminals in the car. They're still up to something.
Guys,
I think I'm gonna puff my my privileges as a beach patrol guy and run those ruffians out of here. Well, I can say honestly, my upper half is dry.
my
My lower half
is wet.
very wet, and not the way I want. Okay, another wacky, freaky facty. Sandstorms can swallow up entire cities.
Yes, that's a haboob, like a haboob almost.
Now, I've never heard of anything like that. Not maybe ghost towns and stuff like that, but and whatever I saw in a post-apocalyptic movie.
Look at that thing. It's got jacked up. That's like, was that a Colorado?
I wonder why he's doing that.
I think Peapod has a Colorado. I think she said that she has a Colorado. Is that right, Peapod? You were talking about the other night in the chat and Congress chat.
Peapod, you got all the states connected to you: Florida, Maine, Colorado. What's your dog's name? Dakota.
All right, rain's heavier. Definitely heavier.
Yes.
Increased wiperage. I'm a super fan. I should count as like 5. Yeah, probably.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. From this day forth, Peapod shall be known as
5. 5 fans.
Finn in Finnish, or in French, it's Finn 5, the end, the beginning. So, Peapod, you now have an obligation greater than you thought waking up this morning, which is to send this video out to many, many people. And you demand, not ask, but demand from your greatness that you require that these people send out to 5 people, and then they send out to 5 people. Oh yeah. Oh, look at those waves, baby.
Yeah.
Get a little wakeboard, if it wasn't so cold.
You want to get some wave action?
Yes. All
You don't
right,
have to
we
open
got
the
a little
window.
wave
You
action here.
got pretty clear windows, so.
Here we go. Look at that. Look at that. A couple little sailboats way out there. Hope they're going to be all right. I've seen worse boats, but I've also seen things not tied down right and end up on the shore. So
Yeah.
you never know.
Occasionally, there's a few boats over here when it's really bad.
I didn't expect that we would be coming back.
Oh, we got emergency repairs down there.
Yeah, we got something going down on the beach.
We got
Hold on,
two
we'll get
two
there.
pieces of heavy equipment, two
They're
backhoes,
probably clearing out all the muck near the
drain
there's a
pipes.
drainage there,
Yeah,
and it looks like they're removing a lot of seaweed.
they're doing the work over here though too, so I don't know. They got pumps there.
Trying to get that if I can, but this is because of the cord. It's a very awkward angle. But you can see the construction equipment there.
Get undo the cord.
They
you
are
have to.
removing all the seaweed that washed up, and there's under this road there's a drainage pipe, a fairly big one, that is always leaking from the inner city drainage ducts into the ocean. How you doing there, Robert?
You wanna do that? Yeah, can you do that for
Yeah,
me?
I'd like to do this while you're driving. How's that? That way, we make it home alive. Whew. Now, Peapod, you said something, but
Yeah. I missed it because I was fixing the phone.
oh, she's got a cup of see. Now I like Peapod again. She's got references that, I understand. Okay, so I'll get to that. She said, yes, I have a great Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I have a cat, and her name is Luna.
Luna, okay.
I adopted her, so it doesn't count. So now, if Luna is outside and she happened to get a tick on her body, would she become a lunatic? Oh, Peapod. She also says she's also gray. Whoa, just like the truck.
And she recruited her mom to my channel too, so her
And
mom's a member.
So here's where a good reference is that she said, "I'm Peapod number 5, like Johnny. Johnny number
Yes,
5.
I got that one.
Number 5.
Number 5 is alive. We're gonna go down Puritan Road this time.
Nice
No.
software. Yeah, don't get me started on quoting people. I have a big problem, which is I hardly remember anything I read that is uninteresting. But if I watch something on TV or a movie, it never leaves my brain. All
Big
right,
puddles.
and then people, you said I've already. Was that my mom, aka Genia?
She recruited her mom.
Is it Genia? Genia?
Gina?
Genia? No,
Gina?
it says Genia.
Maybe it's just her
It sounds
spelling.
exotic. I'm gonna go with Genia because you don't hear that. That's like when I took improv. I worked with this one lady, and she was like one of those well-off people. She already had money, so she never had to be a struggling actor. But she was always a struggling actor because it's hard to make it in the business. And her name was Debbie. Was Deborah, but she made everybody Deborah. And I'm not even
Deborah.
lying. And I the first time to say that when we were all introducing ourselves in the class, I rolled my eyes like, oh man, she's trying to be too funny too quick. And then it turns out she was serious, that she wanted to be called Deborah. And I'm like, see, that's what makes her funny, that she doesn't realize she's being funny because she's being serious. Shout out to Deborah wherever you are now.
Oh boy, they built a new house here.
Oh,
That's crazy.
that's great. Right on the water. Woo! All these houses on the right are fantastic. Bob, there's a porta potty right there.
I know the people that own the house.
Oh, do you?
Back
So you
there.
could just knock on the door and be like, can I use your bathroom?
If I wanted to, I could text them and ask them if I can go in the yard.
Can I go in the yard?
Yeah, because it's a seawall in their yard. So if the
Oh, I
water
thought you
comes
meant to go to the bathroom.
up-
I was like, why
No.
would you go in their
Let me
yard?
slap my knee a few
But
times.
if you know them, why would you go in their yard? Just, I'm texting you to let you know I'm peeing in your lawn.
That was an epic film, she said. To your reference before.
Which one? 25?
Yeah, probably.
Part 2? Not so much.
Yeah, no. The first one was awesome.
I am standing right there beside myself. And you got to remember the song to that movie.
Yes, don't.
What?
Copyright me.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I can't sing.
I don't know if you. I don't think you
No,
can
it's
sing
if you
it.
play it.
Is it you play it,
if you
Peapod,
play it
or is it if you
without
sing it?
permission. I have every right to sing because how many people do cover
It's Gina.
Gina?
Yeah, I said Gina
Sorry, Gina.
because she's a member of my channel. So.
Listen, first impressions are also something on me, so I will only know her as Genia. Now, all right, and this isn't a copyright infringement, Bob, because we're not playing the video or the actual song. Here I go. Who's Johnny? They said, and he laughed in his special way. Johnny said, "You know I
All right.
love you." Johnny said, "Something, something."
Oh my God.
All right. Anyways,
I swear to God, I did not take him from the psych hospital.
I'm not going to say.
I did not pick him up from the
Shut
psych
up.
hospital. Oh, tree fell over. Tree fell over. Hold on.
Oh, hold on. We gotta see the tree.
A tree fell over.
See, this would have worked had you had a rear cam.
Watch my back.
Wash your back. I will not.
Watch my back.
I fell for that one time we took a bath together. I'm never doing it again. Oh boy. I'm gonna angle the camera.
Yeah, tree fell over in this yard over here. So the winds are definitely
right
high
there.
enough. And we'll turn around and go back the other way again.
But I got my finger on the camera on the video, and I feel that's a copyright infringement.
All right. So,
because this finger has been through a lot. It's been in many places,
all right.
if I can say, and
Seriously?
it doesn't make appearances without being paid. I need a contract.
All right, we're turning around.
Oh. So all that for a quick shot of the tree. All right, weather. We got to stay with the weather to keep Bob happy. Still raining. You can't tell. It's not snowing. See how I added other types of
Oh,
weather?
why? Because the old man has this thing on 77 still.
Oh, for God's sakes. All right, fine. Down to 74. How's that?
Thank
Welcome.
God for climate control because
Hey,
I can
listen,
keep my
and dry off
60
your chairs. Okay.
yeah, my pants are starting to dry
Actually, do you
finally.
have heated seats?
These aren't not heated seats.
Oh.
I don't
Well-
have heated seats in my Tundra, but I have insulated covers.
Well, geez, I was going to say, with
So-
all the money you saved on not having heated seats, maybe you could buy a GoPro. Cheapo.
I'm on a this is a low budget operation right now.
Bob, if you were a wrestler down in Mexico, you would be known as El Cheapo.
Cheapo.
All right. So, keeping with the weather, it's not snowing. That's always good.
Hey, we've been by here twice today.
Yeah, we're gonna seen an awful lot of road work going on.
Yeah, they got
These
some
guys-
water pipes here.
I do like to see this. You know why? Because every time you go by road work, they're standing around the hole pointing and talking. And at least it's like, well, you're kind of earning your money right now because it's pouring out, So, because I know they do fairly well. I do that job.
They're doing water pipes.
Yeah, that
See the temporary ones?
I don't. Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're doing.
Look at that
water
mansion
pipes.
up right there.
Oh, that's beautiful, huh? We went by this earlier.
Yes, we did. I don't know.
Yeah,
if I
but you
pointed
probably
that
didn't see
out.
it earlier. Yeah, they did that probably 7 or 8 years ago. They redid that whole thing. People around here in this area don't buy houses and fix them up. They just knock them over and build these huge houses.
Yeah, right. They
in the
don't
same spot.
appreciate what was there. Gina, not Gina, Gina's daughter, Peapod says, I think it's okay to sing if you miss some of the words or change it around a
Yeah.
bit. And that's what I did, didn't I? Because I was off key.
Yeah, and you changed some of the words.
And the ending, that whole last part of the song, I'm like, blah, 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 blah. So anyways, she says nice.
So if I went through the work zone.
Yeah, make up your own song, and then you sue people for using it. It's my song. Not too bad we're not seeing anything. Well, we saw a down tree, so that's something. That's something as a result of the weather.
Yeah, so that tree, the heavy rain and the wind, I don't know if it uprooted or it broke. It looks like it probably snapped.
Yeah, I mean, that wasn't a huge tree. I mean, it wasn't.
No, it was probably a limb of the main tree, but I couldn't tell behind it because there's other trees right next to it. So
Yeah, well, maybe the tree just gave up hanging on, you know what I mean? Freedom has a face, always remember that.
Yes.
Freedom!
Braveheart.
They can't say it. Let
Darn
them
it.
guess. Let the one person guess.
The one person.
Don't make me quote that movie. Some spears are longer than others. Has your mother been talking about me again? All right.
Oh boy.
Speaking of weather, it was very misty in Braveheart. And there was actually some rain, right?
And technically, well, just
was-
because you said misty.
it was
Before we came down here, it was misty. Now it's heavy rain.
Well, there was some rain scenes in that movie. It was coming down straight, maybe to the side, like,
We got some more diehards.
oh, look at these guys. Yeah.
Diehards running.
Yeah. Ooh, I'm so muscular. Good for you. Good for you.
That's for you, Peapod.
That was for you, people. Yeah, we gave you some cheesecake there. And that's one thing. Even when I was in my best shape, I just couldn't run around in public without a shirt on. You know, I was certainly.
What are we doing here? There's not 2 lanes.
I certainly wouldn't do it now. The jiggling would just offend everybody. But you know, not to mention when you jiggle that much, it tends to hurt. You know, it's like, oh, your sub-Q fat and your integumentary system just.
All right, to TMI.
Oh, I'm sorry. Scientific terms of Bob's like, oh, I'm offended. What did you get on the offended?
Never said I was offended. I just said it's TMI.
Always a victim, always offended. So, anyways, let's see. Well, we're going to have some very green days ahead of us with all this rain. I'm very happy about that.